guys, and welcome to my latest review, The Little Mermaid. Due to the new one coming out, I thought it'd be fun to review the classic one we all know and love. So, back in 1937, Walt was looking for a follow-up to his smash hit Snow White. While reading fairy tale stories, he came across the Hans Christian Andersen story about the Little Mermaid. Walt liked the story so much he thought this would be the next project. Unfortunately, due to World War II, all production on animated features stopped and the Disney company focused on the propaganda war effort. So we fast forward to the 1980s, mid-1980s, and the Disney studio is not doing very well. The last Disney animated features had not performed very well. So now, with new studio heads, Michael Eisner, Pete Schneider and Jeffrey Katzenberg, they do the unthinkable. They take the animation department out of the animation building in Disney's Burbank studio, making The Little Mermaid the first of the Disney animated features that was not done in that building. So for the first time in over 30 years, Disney began production on their next fairy tale musical, The Little Mermaid. To ensure Disney's next project would be a fantastic success, Disney hired Howard Ashman and songwriter Alan Menken to produce this feature. Both Howard and Alan were fresh off their success from their Broadway show and movie, The Little Shop of Horrors, so their vision for Little Mermaid was to use the songs to progress the story, just like Walt used to do. He believed that the song had to be an integral part to the story. It's not just a song just for the song's sake. It would need to move the story along. So when Ariel is singing Part of Your World, it is explaining to you, the viewer, and helping us build a rapport to the character. We as an audience sympathise with her needs and wants, and that makes the character more relatable to us as a viewer. So every song in The Little Mermaid progresses the story along, from Part of Your World to Under the Sea, Kiss the Girl, even Ursula, the first Disney villain to get her own song with Poor Unfortunate Souls. Ursula's look went through many changes from a seahorse to a crab, I believe. Ultimately, they settled on a squid because she's not an octopus, she's actually a squid because she's only got 6 tentacles, not 8. Believe it or not. Her look was designed off a drag queen from Chicago called Divine. If you look at the images, you can see a striking resemblance to Ursula. I think Ursula is a really good villain character, and in just one song, you find out exactly what she's all about with Poor Unfortunate Souls. Absolutely fantastic storytelling. For the look of Ariel, the standard was blonde hair for any mermaid, believe it or not. Even with Disney's recent success, Splash, Daryl Hannah has blonde hair in that feature. So they wanted Ariel to stand out. They started with her green tail. They actually created a new shade of green for Ariel's tail. And because it was a brand new shade, they called it Ariel. For her hair, it was red. The red and the green was designed to stand out. And if you look at the film itself, those two colours do stand out in the feature. Another one of Walt's old tricks they used was rotoscoping, live action reference. So the animators could see different angles and real life movements from the actors. They even filmed actors in a pool for the underwater scenes so they could see how their hair would flow. As most studios do, they do test screenings for audiences just to see how the film is playing. So Jeffrey Katzenberg was at the first test screening due to a child dropping popcorn and that disruption distracting all of the audience. In one particular part of the movie, the song where Ariel is singing Part of Your World, because of this distraction, Jeffrey believed that the audience weren't invested in the film. And believe it or not, he asked for that to be cut out of the movie. Could you imagine The Little Mermaid without its iconic song, A Part of Your World? What were you thinking, Jeffrey? Luckily, there were other test screenings. The animators begged and begged and begged for him to do more test screenings, and the song was kept in. So the big question, is The Little Mermaid just as good as the original Disney classics? In my opinion, it is. It has a great character in Ariel, who we all do root for. We have a great villain with Ursula, we have an overprotective father, and we have a prince. The film on a whole is a feel-good film with some of the best songs that a Disney feature has ever had. To think that Part of Your World was not going to be included in the feature is quite unthinkable. However, I do have my own reservations on that song. My problem with the song is the Disney princesses from the past have all had obstacles to overcome. Snow White's evil stepmother tried to have her murdered and still
where
wanted
she
to
can
kill her
pick
throughout the film,
wildflowers.
so we can sympathise
Yes,
with
Your
that
Majesty.
character.
And there, my faithful huntsman, you will kill her.
Cinderella's stepmother and two ugly stepsisters were constantly mean to her, making her do all
The
these
carriage
types
is
of
here.
jobs and
Oh.
basically treating her like
Where's
dirt.
Cinderella?
So again, us as an
You're not
audience
ready,
can
child.
sympathise with her.
Not going. Not going? Oh, what a shame. But of course, there will be other times and...
Yes. Good night.
Even Sleeping Beauty is cursed at birth by Maleficent, so she's
princess shall
constantly in danger
indeed
throughout her
grow
whole
in
life.
grace and beauty, beloved by all who know her. But before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
The problem I have with Ariel's song, Part of Your World, is she is a princess. She has no problems whatsoever. She has everything she could ever want, but she still wants more. She wants to be able to walk. So she's never faced any hardship. The only hardship she's had is an overprotective father.
Take that tone of voice with me, young lady. As long as you live under my ocean, you'll obey my rules.
But if you would just listen.
Not another word.
The song itself, don't get me wrong, the song is absolutely amazing and it's well sung. But the theme of the song for me is more once more. She actually says in the song she has everything, she has all these things, big deal. She wants more. She actually says these words. As a father myself, I would say you're a spoiled little so-and-so. That is the only issue I have with the song. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get hated, but it's just my thoughts on that. I did forget one thing in this review. Oh, hello, lights. Did you see the cameo of Mickey, Donald and Goofy in The Little Mermaid? If not, here it is. As we carry on through the movie, we meet Ariel's friends Scuttle the Seagull, Sebastian the Crab, who initially is sent to keep an eye on her, but then sympathises with her struggle in wanting to become human. After Ariel's father finds out that she's in love with a human, he goes to find Ariel and finds her hidden treasure cave and destroys all of her trinkets, including the statue. Watching all this happen is Ursula's eels, who go to tempt Ariel to seek out the sea witch Ursula.
Someone who can make all your dreams come true.
Ursula offers her a contract that she couldn't refuse. She will give Ariel the legs she requires. However, she's going to have to substitute her voice. She will not be able to talk.
You'll never even miss it. What I want from you is
Your voice.
When you're 16 and somebody offers you the keys to something you really do want, it doesn't matter what the consequences are, you'd probably go for it. So Ariel goes for it. She only has 3 days to fall in love and have true love's kiss to retrieve her voice. After that, Ursula will keep her voice.
he's got to kiss you. Not just any kiss. The kiss of true love.
From that point on, we have the normal comedy relief in a Disney movie that is absolutely top tier, with the French chef and Sebastian.
Here we go in the sauce. Now some flour, I think just enough. Now I'll stuff you with bread. It don't hurt, cause you're dead. And you're certainly lucky you are. Cause it's gonna be a hot in magic silver pot to the poisson.
We have the dramas of Ursula trying to tempt Prince Eric to like her as she transforms herself and uses Ariel's voice. And the last third of the movie is the high drama of will they, won't they, can they overcome the evil villain, will the evil villain get what she wants? The The Little Mermaid was the first in Disney's Renaissance. It made 100 million when it was first released and was a fantastic success. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this movie review. I hope you like it. I've been Retro. Hopefully you've been smiling. Oh, and I do agree with Sebastian. It is definitely better down where it's wetter.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.